Since I got diagnosed with ALS, the amount of paperwork that I've had to complete is just astronomical. You know, when we bought our house, I thought that the paperwork was never going to end. I now know that there's something worse. It's called getting sick and having to do paperwork for every single thing you do. For every service that you get, you have to fill out a ton of paperwork. For any support services that you get, you have to fill out a ton of paperwork. For long-term disability, Family Medical Leave Act, um, then at all the doctor's office, you have to fill out all this information. There's questionnaires about all kinds of stuff that you have to complete. When you go to do to the lawyers, there's, do not resuscitate. There's the will. There's the all these other things that you have to do, and it's just a nonstop flow of paperwork. I had just had to complete a stack of paperwork. It's insane, and it's necessary. I understand, but there needs to be a better way simplifying this, because when you are sick, you have enough on your plate. All this paperwork just makes it even more frustrating. I stay so aggravated every time I go to a doctor's office that I got to fill out paperwork, and I'm like, why do I have to do this every time I go someplace? Can I just have like a thing that I take with me everywhere saying, here's all the information you're going to ask me. Stop asking me these damn questions. Why do I have to fill out information for like Social Security disability, for example? You have to fill out all your work history, your education. In fact, that's what you have to do for almost all this stuff. If you want to get support from one of these organizations and you want to get like some money or for them to cover whatever it may be, you also have to fill out a bunch of paperwork. But they also ask you for all that kind of stuff, and I was like, I am trying to understand why that is necessary. If my doctor says I am no longer able to work, that should be enough. My records, my medical records saying I'm unable to work because I am dying due to ALS should be enough. Or whatever terminal illness somebody has, it shouldn't just be this long drug out process where you got to fill out paperwork after paperwork after paperwork. And what happens when you're not able to fill that paperwork out? Because there's going to be a point where Brian's going to have to take over filling out things. Sometime he does sign for things now. But it's more than just signing. He's offered to help me. He's like, I can fill it out for you, but I don't know the information. So I've got to sit there and tell him what to write. And it just takes an astronomical amount of time doing it that way. It takes me even more time now to fill out paperwork because my dominant hand, my right hand, is getting to be useless. I can't hardly hold a pen. And it's just, we need to do something about all this paperwork that we make people go through and complete. There should be a better system than what we have in place today. I can't fathom why we don't have a better system for this. But that's just my frustration of the current, because I've been dealing with it so much for the past few months that I'm losing track of the paperwork. And I have binders of medical records from going through this whole process, and then all the other stuff that follows along, all these different organizations that I have to connect with, and all this paperwork that I have to keep track of and carry with me from place to place and make sure that everybody knows what's going on and what they need to do. And it's very frustrating. So I'm sorry for unloading on you about paperwork today, but it's just one of those topics that's on my mind, and I'm sure some of you can sympathize as well. So thank you for listening.